garage is messed up. They don't like us here, they don't like us here, they don't like us here. So it's easy to say, listen, we going against them. And I'm going to be right by your side fighting that war. That's what we going to do. Everybody like, yeah, I'm with it, I'm with it. But they didn't tell them that this will has been invented before. Many have done this before. And many have died that way and went to jail before. Why we didn't say that part? How come before when I got put on, no one told me that part? So all we doing is putting the G, the OG, and if his OG's alive, all in the same circle. If his kid is here, his kid is there. Now, please explain to me, OG, you putting a half a bird in his hand, how was that love? Because if he get caught with a half a bird, you're not going to raise his kid. You're not going to take care of his wife. You're not going to keep her warm at night. You're not going to do any of those things. You can't even protect him in prison. So how is that a form of showing love? If he get his head blown off the next day, whether it's from a cop or an enemy, it don't even matter. It's the same thing because he's dead and gone. How could that be love? But the first thing we talking about is, yo, I love my brother. I love my sis. I love my bro. Stop it. We're going to change the definition of love because that's not what it is. That's the whole thing. Right. You really don't like them.
Right. Everybody got their own manufacturing of what love is.
Right.
And just back to the leadership part. 7 times out of 10, leaders don't want to share their power.
Yes.
You're taking something away from them, so they don't really want to share that, but you're going to have authority over their peers, over their drops, or whatever you want to call them, their underlings. They really don't want to share it, so we're going to have to be consistent in that area. And like the approach is going to be a little bit different once we do a self-assessment of each targeted area or neighborhood that we go to. But the approach could be just us telling them what it is that we do, giving them something, then giving them ourselves what it is that we do, and allowing them to contribute. How can we do this better? This is what we do. How can we do it better? So now we give them purpose and value.
I thought about that same thing. You know what the funny part is? I'm going to use everything I can to save my baby. So I don't have to birth a child to be my baby. So my whole thing is, I don't care what block you from. You know what I'm saying? From Compton to New York, the North, the East St. Louis, to Chicago, it doesn't matter. If I say that I have a child and I mentor that kid, he's my child. He's my child. So the first thing that's going to happen is you're not going to do no fucked up shit to my child. You're not going to put no drugs in. You're going to put no gun in the hand of my child. Now, whether that means you fucking with the wrong people, I'm going to step up as a parent. I'm going to step up as a parent. And what happens when the kid is in a program? What happens when the kid is invested in a program? Nothing can happen to that kid now without somebody having to answer for that. You know? Let a kid be in a program and he gets shot. What's going to happen? That program has to speak up. We getting resources for these kids to protect them. We don't got it right now, sis. So we're talking advocacy. That's it. Big time. We ain't got no choice. You're going to protect them from all aspects. From all aspects. My whole thing is, if a kid has a problem with safety, if a kid really has a problem with safety, your best bet to live longer is to get in the program. If, whether it's a hospital program, whether it's a community service program, because that is part of your protection. It's having adults that care about you and advocate for you and want to know where your whereabouts is. So you can't be dead in the hallway and they don't know what's going on because you're on their roster. That's a part of your safety. That's what we're teaching them.
Another thing that we got to look at too is the fact that one of the techniques that we're going to have to use and one of the tactics is going to be getting to know where the leader love is at. That's another thing, because if you know where I love or what I love, then it's going to be easier for you to be able to do what we're talking about, pinpoint things to him, but let him know where he at. So prime example, you're right, I don't love my drop. I don't love my underling. I don't love the young man under me. I love this lifestyle more than I love him. Right. But I did think I was loving him by adding him with my problem, my trauma. Right? Hey, what's going on, young man? So just knowing that to be a thing to go after and know, because yo, it's just like anything I always tell everybody. You want to know who your kid really is, know who his best friend is.
Right.
Because everything that he do, he gonna do it in front of his best friend before he do it in front of anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So if we go to the leader and we find out that he love the streets, let's find out what his trauma is.
Right.
Because now when we dissect what his trauma is, then we'll understand what he's spilling out to the young people. Because like what you said before about getting high, you could say that you're not going to get high and we got this bad habit of seeing, yo, how long that's gonna last.
Right.
We want to be the one that challenges it. Yo, we're going to break them. We're going to turn them out. But what if the turnout is really, yo, I just want you to be able to help me through my madness, through my hell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're talking affirmation, being affirmed, and speaking up for them, advocating for them, having somebody to speak up for their life.
I know.
A lot of times, that's why they lead forward. They lean on joining the gang is because of the identity crisis. So whoever affirm me first and tell me that I'm this man, that I'm this G, that I'm this drop, I'm gonna lean forward towards that. So with the program and advocating for them and speaking up for their lives, now they got somebody advocating for them, speaking up for their life. So now they're more in tune to stay there and, you know, allow us to.
That's how they reimagining justice.
I know that's right. You know, word. You know my favorite part is because we've been through and we're decorated and we're respected. Our resume speaks for itself. That's the other aspect we bring into them. You're not dealing with no slouch. You're not dealing with no counsel who ain't never been through no shit. Like somebody acting like we don't got connections with the streets. If I say he not doing it, he not doing it, and that's just a respect thing. Whether I was negative or positive, just so having them positive right now. So guess what? If I say leave my baby alone, leave the ass alone. That's it. It ain't gonna be no more saying so. And we already know this. We have stepped to certain people before, and they said, "Listen, yo, let that one go because he caused."